We thought that PVCs should actually not give room for any amount, any kind of rigging. But if one person has in possession over 100 PVCs, that calls for concern.
You think that it is, these are the kind of behind the scenes corruption that's encouraged or that implements rigging into the voting system, you know, that is now being corrected by the electoral body.
People are beginning to count their blessings and naming them one after the other with the possession of PVCs. I love it. This is Trending Stories. My name is Tife Tani Momo, and here with me is...
My name is Ade Oyeyikwo. Count their blessings. This is an amazing intro. Let's hear the story. Let's go.
All right. Just to give you a background to it, man earns 1 year imprisonment for illegal possession of 101 voter cards in Sokoto State. All right. In its pursuit of violators of the Electoral Act, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has ensured the prosecution and conviction of an offender for illegal possession of permanent voter cards. Now, you would understand that Festus Okoye National Commission and Chairman of the Information and Voter Education Committee made the disclosure. The statement revealed that the offender Nasir Idris was convicted by a magistrate court in Sokoto for being in possession of 101 PVCs that he was supposed to translate to meaningful gain resources.
Yeah. So he had 101 blessings is what you mean.
Yes, I mean, it's starting to name his blessings.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, let's bring the seriousness into the story. One thing I have to commend before we begin really the core analysis of the story is that I have to commend the electoral body for this. We've been seeing a lot of cases where I think it was like 2-3 weeks a while back we saw that there were a lot of underage illegal voters being registered in the north, like 1 million, and all of those illegal underage voters had been rectified and had been removed from the database. Now moving on in this story, we're seeing a man who has been apprehended by the police with 101 PVCs. I know we were talking before the cameras came on. We're talking about a similar story in Kano State, right? Yeah, with 367.
Yes, voter cards. Yes, and it looks like it wouldn't have been an issue if there is no law binding that act. But because there are provisions in the Constitution, the Electoral Act, that frowns against the possession of someone else's voter card, it now becomes an issue having it, just for emphasis sake, the Electoral Act in section 117 subsection C and D says, without lawful excuse, if anyone without lawful excuse has in possession more than one voter cards, or buys, sells, and procures or deals with voters' cards otherwise than is provided in this act, commits an offense that is liable on conviction to a maximum fine of 1 million naira or imprisonment for a term of 12 months or the both at a time. So it looks like having possession of these PVCs actually is an issue. But what I want to look closely at would be, why does he have them? Are we starting to, are we starting to look at a PVC merchandising as a business at the moment?
PVC blessings.
Is this something we should now embrace as maybe the quickest way to make money, considering the fact that the 2023 general elections are drawing near? And we thought that PVCs should actually not give room for any amount, any kind of rigging. But if one person has in possession over 100 PVCs, that calls for concern.
Yeah, and then the other person in Kano State had possession
over 300.
Of over 300. I think you're completely right. I think that it is, these are the kind of behind the scenes corruption that's encouraged or that implements rigging into the voting system, that is now being corrected by the electoral body. All right, I have to say this. I know. Okay, so President Buhari actually assured that he's going to ensure a free and fair election. Honestly, I'm taking his word for it. Honestly, I'm taking the president's word for it.
Right.
And we are beginning to see it, as I said earlier in in this trending story. We're really beginning to see it in the way the electoral body is really coming hard against, you know, individuals like this, offenders. You know, it's really coming hard against individuals like this and corruption that implements rigging, essentially.
Yes, just as you said, we should put more faith and hope in the presidency's claim to ensure that there is a free and transparent election come 2023. That's the much you can take on Trending Stories for this time. Thanks for watching.